welcome you guys. We are just launching. This live stream is a really, yeah, it is hard. Thanks, Jason. We are just launching Amplify Voice. We've started building a community on School, and this live stream event is the official launch, which we're really excited to do. And we're going to be building a live voice agent using VAPI. Well, I'm going to be building, and to give some context, I am familiar with VAPI. I've seen it a million times. I understand how voice agents work. I understand how prompting works, but I've never actually done it before. I've built one voice agent with SynthFlow, so I'm going to build one from scratch, and we have a bit of a use case that I'm going to be building out for our business. And Alejo is going to be here helping to guide me. He's going to answer questions. And if there are questions that you have in your own building journeys that you want him to answer, you can write them in the chat. I'm sure we're going to come across some expected or unexpected errors in the process.
Yes, always.
If it were me, I would just open VAPI and dive in, but Alejo is insisting that we design this first. It's a crazy idea.
Oh my
so
God.
I will humor you. And I'm going to open up the Figma board because...
you came up with a really interesting use case.
Yeah.
So what was the issue we were facing in our business?
So a pain point that we have, and I don't know if this is true for you all, but we get bookings and then people just don't show up to the meetings. And we have automations set up through Calendly. We were using Go High Level, now we're using Calendly to send them texts, send them emails like, hey, reminder, this meeting's happening, blah, blah, blah. And we still have no shows, which is very frustrating. And so we're going to be building a voice agent that is triggered when it's 24 hours before an event, within a reasonable hour based on the time zone, which I think is where it might get a little tricky. So within 24 hours of the event, we're going to have our voice agent call the person and actually remind them like, hey, can you confirm that you'll be at this meeting, blah, blah, blah. And also kind of showcase the product itself in the process for people that we might be meeting up with who are interested in voice solutions. So really excited to build this and really excited to put this in the test.
Jason, we're definitely gonna be facing that live. So we'll walk through troubleshooting. A lot of what Paige is gonna go through, you'll have experience for too. And maybe it's the same thing, maybe it's different. So when we get to that point, I'll also share what your situation is. Or you can put it in the chat now and we'll get there too.
Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and share screen, and we're going to look at Figma and just get an initial architecture up for...
You can do entire screen or, yeah, just FigJam for now.
Yeah, we're going live build. This is my first time building a VAPI voice agent. Seriously.
I'm doing it live.
I've seen it, but I actually haven't done it. So...
And that is a situation that is extremely unique. And that's also... it's not only it's never been done before that like a beginner goes live and does their first build live. But it's more like the circumstance. She understands a lot of what goes into it, but the building it is very different than just understanding or having seen it.
Yeah. So we're gonna map this out a little bit, and we know already that we want to build you had a cute little person sticker that you used for this.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. Look, I found it. I found
it. Step 1 complete.
This is going to be our voice agent, and we need a trigger. I'm going to make the trigger.
I can't see the...
You can't see the Figma.
Can you see the Figma? You can see the Figma on there.
I shared my.
Can you guys see the Figma? Okay,
Now
now
you can
you can
see
see
it.
the
Now you
Figma.
can see it.
Great,
Okay.
great.
So
Cool.
this is gonna be our voice agent, and what we want is 24 hours before an appointment. Make this a little smaller. Agent calls to remind the client or whoever it might be. So this will be the trigger, which I believe we're going to be using make for.
Yes.
So I'm just going to add the elements that are going to go into this. We'll make it dark purple because it's, here we go. We use Calendly for bookings that also connects to Google Calendar. So that's going to be involved in there somewhere, right?
Of course, definitely.
So I'm going to put Calendly. I don't know where it goes yet, but I'm just going to make it Google Calendar. So if we back out here a little bit. So Calendly makes the booking. It goes to Google Calendar. So I'm guessing there's some kind of like check that make does, or maybe there's a time trigger from the event from Google Calendar that like when it's 24 hours before, it goes to make to give the instruction to the voice agent to call the contact in in the meeting, right? Because we're gonna have to extract those details from somewhere.
Okay.
So actually, this I want to make this one a triangle or a diamond shape. So calls.
Can we make the text a bit bigger or zoom in? Either one. Or the shape's a little smaller.
No, I made it smaller because I was zoomed in and now I'm zoomed out. Okay, we'll go like this. Here we go.
This is what it looks like here.
Is that any better?
Yeah, that level of zoom is great. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. Okay. What am I missing?
They're getting a call. It'll be scheduled, right? 24 hours before the meeting.
So the call is going to be scheduled.
The appointment is scheduled.
The appointment is scheduled, right?
Yeah.
So then it takes the appointment scheduled time. And then it says, okay, 24 hours from like before this meeting starts, we're going to call the client.
Yeah.
But what if it's like, I guess it wouldn't be there 2 a.m. It wouldn't book it 2. Okay, cool.
Okay. Then you're probably good to jump onto Make now.
Okay, great.
Yeah, just that. Very simple, very fast, drafting can make a huge difference on what you end up building.
Cool. Let's go to Make. I love Make. I haven't used it that much, but I'm really
colorful.
Excited to use it a lot more. But they did a really good job with the aesthetics of this. So in Make, we probably could try to record this using Zoom if you can record it.
I could, yeah.
I want to make it a new scenario, correct? And so Calendly sends it to Gmail. Do I want it to pull from Gmail or Calendly? Do I need both of them?
It's on dark screen right now.
Oh, it might be taking a second to load.
It's been taking a lot more than a second.
Okay. While it loads, let me know when you can see it. There we go.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So we know the meeting booking is going to happen, and then it's going to schedule the call. So the meeting booking gets scheduled on Google Calendar. So my brain says like start there. Is that, or would it be Calendly?
Well, where does the meeting booking actually get, scheduled?
It gets scheduled in Calendly. In Calendly.
I think that's a fair place to start, and we'll find out if we have to do Google Calendar instead.
Okay, so triggers when an event is created or canceled. That sounds correct, because we're not returning any information.
That sounds good, but do we want to have like a wait step of like 3 days? If the meeting is 4 days away, do we actually want to have this running for 3 days until it does the call? Or do we just want to check every, I don't know, maybe every hour, every 15 minutes? Hey, is there a meeting in 24 hours?
But wouldn't it be more runs if it was checking every few hours as opposed to getting triggered just when an appointment is scheduled?
Yeah, that's a good point. I am one to think of, let's go simple and expensive first. And then we'll efficientize from there once it works.
Okay.
So I do this in programming too. Return all the data, and then we filter it, and then we efficientize how much data gets returned. Let's process all the data. So maybe let's list all the events.
Okay. So we'll just, yep.
And then we can check event after event. So that's watch events.
That's not the one I want. Okay. So I go back here and I get rid of it.
Yeah, you should delete it. So you get out of there, and now you right-click.
Right. Okay. Cool. So Calendly, and I'm going to
list events.
Returns a list of events.
Yeah.
This seems way more complicated than the other way. But okay.
Okay, so you can connect to Calendly.
Okay. So my Calendly connection.
The Amplify one. We always rename them, otherwise next week you're gonna be hitting your head against the wall.
Okay, we're gonna say Amplify Voice LiveStream.
Cool, great. Don't worry about this. This is I just connected to your phone, so it doesn't mess with.
Got it. Okay, so we're gonna connect to Calendly.
Why move out of GHL? That's a fair question, man.
Love-hate relationship.
Love-hate relationship is one. Number two is make us more agnostic, and we want to build something that everybody else could follow through, and build for themselves. If you don't have GHL, then our live stream is useless, but also we want a solution that is more flexible, make us more flexible. Then, if you have to use Tulio to send messages, I would suggest going with Go High Level and just doing the workflows through Go High Level, because Tulio can be very annoying.
Okay, this, I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
We're going to...
At least one of organization or
must
user.
Be filled. Well,
let's try user. Okay, interesting.
Because it would be the Amplify Voice user.
So let's go to the Calendly page and we'll get that.
Okay. Oh wait, that is the, I guess I could go here.
Yeah, and then you go home.
Okay. And hold on, let me share my Calendly screen so that if anyone else wants to do that, they can.
So just go with window.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we'll be hopping around.
Yeah.
Okay, so what am I getting from Calendly?
So you're going to users. Contacts. No, maybe here. Profile.
Right. So this would be the user.
Also no. Let's go here.
But it is the user.
All settings. Yeah, but that's not what that link looked like.
Hmm.
We're looking for somewhere where you might be able to add users, is invite user.
Well, that would be like if I want to add someone else from my team to Calendly,
Yeah,
which you
yeah,
would
yeah.
pay for an additional seat.
Right.
We have one seat called Amplify Voice.
Right, correct. So where can we see who is in our team who would be only us? And I think that's what that link would be.
Okay.
Unless we can just run this without that.
At least one of organization or user must be filled.
Let's try running. Let's just clicking OK and let it give us an error so it guides us on what it means. And let's click on run once. Okay, so that worked.
Okay.
Great.
Weird.
So we have our events. Could we go to that list one more time? Because I want to like you click on the number. Yep. If you ever want to see the output, it took me weeks to learn this. You just click on the number on the top right. So let's actually walk through this data real quick. Let's just try not to hit click event guests, because then we're just going to show everybody's emails.
Okay.
But we have a few things. It says created ad. It says when it ends. So we have some. Oh, interesting. We have an event that's in the past. So right off the bat, we want events that are going to be in the future, particularly 24 hours in the future.
Right.
So would there be somewhere to filter that out from this from our only block right now?
Would that be the if it is exactly?
Let's check what options it gives us.
General functions.
Invite email. So I meant like in this list. Let's see what we can input.
So you want to go back to the list?
Oh, I'm in this list of inputs. So
Okay.
yeah, so we have organization URI, user URI to specify where you want to pull the events from. So invitee email, not that. A minimum start time.
Minimum start time.
Maybe that's one. What else do we have? We have sort.
Max start time, sort.
Status. Status, it definitely has to be active.
Right.
If somebody cancels, we wouldn't want to. So now we have one filter. We don't really want to limit it. It's not like we're getting thousands of bookings, so we can remove this limit. Yeah. And let's sort descending. Sometimes it can be an intuitive. Descending usually means from farthest in the future to most recent. Let's try running that that thing again. Just run once.
Okay.
Cool. So now we have some events that are in the future.
So created, and then it still says end time. But it doesn't. Let's see.
Start time.
Where is the start time? Oh, there's
Right
the start
there.
time. Okay.
I think this is also alphabetical, so it goes from C.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems like we need to minimum start time, max start time.
Let's mess around with those numbers and see what comes out. Minimum start time. Yeah, it would be what time of day.
Right.
When in reality, now we have some events that are in the future, and we have them in a list. So what this returned is a list.
Right. This is just making me feel like the other option is so much more simpler.
Okay.
Because it doesn't have to sort through any time numbers or anything. It's just like when this event is created, this happens.
Okay, well, let's try it out that way.
What's your thought on that?
What's the line? I guess this is part of make experience. I would
Like,
you have to ask yourself, okay, the event gets created, and then
right.
what
And then if
happens?
it gets canceled,
No, but let's say it doesn't get canceled, but the event gets created, and then what happens? The event is 1 week from now.
then
Uh-huh.
the time of the event is registered and a reminder call is scheduled for 24 hours before that event time.
The Okay, and how do you schedule that call?
I don't know.
Okay, that's kind of, I think, what my intuition immediately kind of discards that solution. I'm not saying I'm right, but yeah, the how do you schedule if it's 7 days in the future? You could have this make scenario running for 7 days, just a wait step, which is 7 days, but then it can't run again.
I guess I was thinking you could like send something to the outbound agent that's like on this date and on this time, you give this person a call. And that would be what gets triggered in the automation. And it doesn't, kind of like in Go High Level, where you can like trigger automate events to be like, okay, at this date, the drip campaign starts on this date at this time. That's what I was imagining in my head.
Yes, yeah, I see. And Go High Level has a whole big server that is monitoring all that, like all of that from their end.
Okay.
And that's where it gets kind of like trickier. My thought on this path was, let's walk through each of the elements and check when the time is. And if the time is less than 24 hours from now, let's give them a call.
Okay.
So you would now add a step.
So do I need to change any of the preferences or the
I don't think so.
lists here?
I think we did
So
enough
we
of
add
that
a
for now.
step.
Yeah.
So Calendly or
we actually now have a list of things, and we want to iterate item by item on that list. So let's find some of the tools that helps us iterate item by item. It's one of these two.
Okay, yeah. Very vague instructions.
Tools or flow control.
Okay. Let me see.
Well, yeah. We all kind of have to learn this ourselves too.
Yeah, but that's why you're here.
Okay. if that's my role here.
Flow control. That sounds fun.
Uh-huh.
I see iterator and
Okay. What does iterator sound like to you?
Iterator to me is like repeat on something or
Okay.
redo something.
Well, let's try it out.
Okay,
an array is a list.
Okay.
And we have to point to which list.
Okay. We have to point to the start time.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it also like the event itself? I don't know if that's going to be a list, like this event at this time.
This event at this time. What do you mean?
Like calendar event.
Well, that is the start time
so
of the event. So you can see the example here where start time is August 5th, 2024, 6 a.m.
Okay. Is this the right way to be going?
It feels right. I'm not a make expert, but I've done like dozens of these.
Okay.
Flow control is one of the harder parts of make.
Okay.
But that seems right. Let's try it out and we'll see what happens.
If start time is, or now it's just gonna pull the start times.
Yeah.
Got it.
Exactly. So let's go to that warning. A transformer should not be the last module in the route. Great. So it's asking you to put something after that.
Okay. So it's gonna list by start time, and then when it lists by start time, we need to find the ones where the start times are less than 24 hours in the future.
Yeah.
I'm just get multiple variables, get the variable of a previous, get multiple variables.
So right now it is giving you the element, the variable already.
Okay.
What are we trying to do? We're trying to ask what about the start time?
What are the start times that are less than 24 hours in the future?
Okay.
I mean, I can go back to iterator, array, aggregator. Is that like a...
Interesting. So I wonder. So array aggregator, and you can see it in these little hints, is going to be like grab this element, check one element.
Well,
just click on one.
Start time.
Okay, great. It's going to grab the start time and put it into the first element of the list. It's going to go through the list and only select start time.
Okay.
You can also say name and start time, or phone number and start time. That would be interesting. That would be useful.
It doesn't seem like that's the right direction
Okay.
to go, though.
See, I'll put a router here, and and just say, hey, is this happening in less than 24 hours?
Oh, and then it gives you like
try that. I don't know if that will work, but let's try that.
If
let's click out of there, and this is where you're gonna put the condition and that little setup filter.
Okay. Add a router.
Setup filter.
Oh, setup filter. Okay. So label is gonna be
yes in less than 24 hours. Like, it happens in
less than 24 hours.
Cool.
Okay. Condition is start time. Text operators equal to. But this needs to be less than.
How would you add time?
Well, it'd be less than end time. Add that. How would you add time?
The condition is that start time. Wait. I think this is the other way around. That the condition is that start time minus 24 hours. Is less than today, like now. Write it out in natural language. Just write it out and we'll fix it.
I could
ask less than now.
I could ask this really smart AI.
And if this doesn't work, we're gonna ask the AI. Okay, we'll write it.
I accidentally hit. Okay.
I think we're actually figuring this out.
Okay. Cool. So start time.
Minus 24
hours.
Cool.
Is equal to now. This feels like a very.
This is why we do this first in the Figma.
Fair enough.
But I think that going back and forth is fine. So we haven't finished. There's actually a little trick where you go. It's not gonna be perfect, but curly bracket now. Close curly bracket, and when I click the second close curly bracket, it's gonna become a function.
Cool.
And that is actually a function within make.
Yeah.
Current date and time. Great. Then you get into time zones, and we'll get to that eventually. When we try it, it kind of works, but it doesn't work. Then we'll check on the time zone. This is not finished because we still have to figure out how do you do that. So let's Google.
Let's ask the AI.
We can also ask the AI. I think
this one is really great. Okay. I want to trigger. I don't know if this is the right word. Trigger the router.
Let's simplify a lot because you have a lot built.
Right.
I want to extract 24 hours out of a date.
Start times that are extract start times out of a date that are less than 24 hours from now.
Sure. Yeah, now you're asking it to build a whole like automation, which is fine. It's fine. The AI works. Send it.
I know.
Like if you can simplify in these things, simplify 100%.
I know. Well, I know
But
we're
the
learning
specific
here.
question that we were asking here is like, how do we extract 24 hours? How do I subtract 24 hours out of a date?
Okay.
Working on mapping, and what did it come up with?
Oh, it's just
the start times.
I've mapped the start times from the Calendly list events to a condition in the basic router that checks if they are less than 24 hours. It just did it.
If you need further assist, okay, cool. So let's check on the solution.
Okay, let's see what it did. It would be here, right?
It did check on the second one.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, so it didn't do it. Maybe you had to go back to AI. Edit suggested prompt. Okay, I have mapped the start times to a condition that checks if they are less than 24 hours. You can now run the scenario to see the results of the routing. Let's run the scenario because maybe there's something we're not seeing.
Let's see.
Okay. So yeah, nothing happened. Ask it again or edit scenario. Maybe within edit scenario.
Add module to the end of the scenario. Replace the app 1 module with an appropriate app 2 module and remove the last module.
Let's just ask what we need. I think the AI is great for when you're starting from scratch. Otherwise, it's a little buggy.
Okay. Well, I'm just wondering if it made other changes in here instead of mapping the router.
No.
No changes there.
No changes there. That adds new routers.
I see that
don't
now.
need to worry about that.
Okay.
So we just need to know one thing. So trust yourself. Your automation is fine.
Okay.
Okay. You just need to know one thing. You have a start time. How do you subtract 24 hours out of it? So
subtraction.
How do you subtract 24 hours out of a time? Yes, iterator is tricky. JHL is killing me on trying to get a Tulio number implemented. They're making it hard to switch a account off of LC phone. Yeah. Do you want? You mean like porting a Tulio number in, or what do you mean, William? Okay.
Cool.
Okay. There you go. It has a function of.
So I copy this.
There you go. Bam.
Okay.
The only difference is that go ahead. Cool. The only difference is that instead of now, you're going to say start time in there.
Oh, and then I just move this.
Can you move it? Try. Oh,
it didn't quite move it.
Cool.
But I would just add.
You have all the variables there. There you go. Cool.
And then I delete this one.
Yep. My girl. Okay, so I was gonna say my man.
I know.
So let's find the actual operator that we want. So if the start time minus 24 hours is what? Greater than now or less than now?
If the start time minus 24 hours is greater than now or equal to now.
Okay. Let's try it. Well, equal to that you would need to check every single minute. Right. So it's either greater or.
So then if the start time is.
Do you want this to trigger if that function is in the past or in the future?
Is in the future.
Okay, so we have a call 3 days from now. You subtract 24 hours. That is 2 days from now. Do you want it to make a call or not? I can ask the question one more time.
Yeah, you need to reframe the question.
Okay. So today is July 31st, almost 10 p.m. Let's say it's 10 p.m. We have a call on August 7th. And this automation runs and checks every time. And it comes to the time of August 7th. We run the automation, we subtract 24 hours. It would be August 6th. Should this automation call them?
On August 6th?
No, right now, on July 31st, because we're running this automation right now. No, it shouldn't. So should this function, this August 6th thing, should it run when it's in the future?
Yes.
Or in the past?
Well, it should run in the future. It needs to run when the start time is 24 hours minus this.
Okay, cool. Then let me rephrase the question. This is where programming can get kind of tricky.
Yeah, I think this is where thinking about it as a math problem is tricky for me.
I'm gonna do it the other way around. I'm
right.
Say add hours.
That makes way more sense.
Yeah.
That makes way more sense.
This is
I'm like, why are we doing this twice?
Yeah. What was the thing? Add
right
hours. There. Yeah. Okay, you can tell me.
Okay. Yeah. Then thank you for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is rephrasing the question, but in a math way. And we want that to be plus 24 hours.
Okay.
The touch time is in 24 hours, but within 24 hours.
Yeah.
So what is the operator?
Equal to or less than? Less than or equal to.
Okay, cool. Click OK. And let's
it got really
run
small.
it. Yeah, that is very clunky.
Okay.
I want to state Tulio they wanting to convert. Yeah, that is tricky. You've messaged support, William. So where did it go?
It says the scenario was completed.
Let's save it. And you can always get a little more detail if you go back.
Like home?
Hover out of that and you click on the back arrow. Okay. And you would go to, because it hasn't run here. That's right. Let's see. How do you check?
Well, do we want to, like, is it incomplete? Because it kept saying it needed a module at the end. You know what I mean?
Is it saying that now?
No, I didn't.
Okay, let's try running it. Run it once again. And click on the filter. It's not saying whether it ran or not. So let's just create a mock module there. Let's just create an empty module. Just go to Tools and Set Variable. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. And call it whatever.
Whatever.
Cool. Okay. And now run once.
Okay, let's see.
Okay. So that did run.
So it ran, and then the results are here, right?
Okay, so it ran 4 times. So click out of that. That's interesting. That's really interesting. So it's telling you how many times it ran. This ran 6 times for 6 different elements, 6 different calendar bookings. This ran 4 times, which means that 2 of these weren't 24 hours within 24 hours.
Yeah.
There's a caveat here, but I'll let you explore it. We have an automation that lets us run. Oh, yeah, we have to check the results. We always have to check the results. So click on the 4. Okay, yeah. And let's check on the ones that did pass and the ones that didn't. So August 1st at 9 a.m.
August 1st at 8 a.m. And I believe this is actually showing in like East Coast time, so this makes
Okay,
sense.
I got very scared just now because like we have a 9 a.m. tomorrow.
No, it's returning in New York time. That's what it said in here in the Calendly thing.
Another caveat there, but we will explore that another time. Click on the 4 in the filter. Okay, and let's just make sure that the logic is making sense. So go to the bundle 1 and hover over start time. Okay, August 5th, 6 a.m. And then now hover over the at hours, which does not show up, or hover over the cross mark, the cancel mark.
What are you looking
No.
for?
I'm checking that the logic was right. So go to start time, bundle 3 start time.
Yeah,
Okay.
we checked these.
Cool. And go to bundle 6 start time.
So that was in the past.
That was in the past. So we still give them a call, and this is why we check over these.
And this one also already happened.
That one also already happened, but that one's in the future. This is why we check our automations.
Okay.
Run results, run a mock results. Okay, so let's have maybe we can edit that filter and say, hey, it's after within 24 hours, but not in the past.
This filter?
No, the only filter, this one.
Okay.
Sorry. Why isn't it?
So I would go
Yeah.
here.
Yes, there you go. There you go.
So condition, it is less than, I guess this is.
That, I think that one's fine.
And then we would add a rule.
There you go.
Add and rule.
There you go.
And. Start time. Is not equal to.
Keep scrolling down. Because remember, we're not saying exact. We're saying it's like either greater or less than. The start time has to be greater than now or less than now.
Okay, so the start time has to be greater than now.
Perfect.
Now do this.
Oof. Freaking got it. Okay, cool. I think our automation is done. Okay.
Cool. Okay, so then I'll run it again.
Yeah. Again, yeah. And now we check the results and we see that fewer passed.
Cool.
Okay, which ones passed? Actually, let's go to the filter results.
Right, these ones. Okay.
Cool. Okay.
So August didn't pass. This one did not pass.
Correct.
Which makes sense. August 1st is in the future. August 1st is in the future. And then these are in the past, so they did not pass. That's great.
Right. Perfect. So let's create our VAPI agent.
Yeah.
Wait, finally, right?
So then would this be a webhook to VAPI to call the agent?
It's not called a webhook. It would be an API call.
Okay.
For your purpose, it's pretty much the same functionality.
Okay, I'm creating a new VAPI account.
Cool. Remember to use our login.
Yes. Yeah, so, we have a new Amplify Voice login.
Yeah.
But okay.
So go to one of our YouTube videos.
Okay.
And in the descriptions, you'll see this VAPI referral code. This was not scripted. This is just
aren't I logging into our VAPI account?
I thought you were creating a new account.
You just said use the new login.
Yeah, use the referral code to sign up.
Oh, okay. You confused me.
Okay, so you just paste it in the search. Dope. So dashboard.
Well, there's no account here, so I think I have to try for free.
It should ask you to log in.
Okay, here we
go.
So
sign up.
Here we go.
Lovely. Doxed. Yeah, there you go.
You changed okay.
Oh, Deepgram. You've been check your email for a confirmation link.
Right. Okay, we can do that.
The 100 million, bro.
I
I would stop sharing screen.
Right. Yeah, while I'm doing this, you can talk about office hours.
Oh, build hours?
Build
yeah.
hours.
So we're gonna be having twice a week in the school community. You're gonna click hide.
Oh, there we go.
And there, great.
Okay, that's
so
nice
we're gonna have build hours twice a week. And we're gonna like actually be building live, but with you guys, with your use cases. What that's gonna look like is we'll be there for an hour. You bring your make troubles, you bring your VAPI headaches, you bring your GHL frustrations, and you share screen, and we just like get into it. So it's like very, we're here for you. It's like no cost, no nothing. We see a lot of barriers in education in so the voice education, the AI education, and we want to break those barriers down. So we want to give these couple hours a week. Most likely Tuesday and Friday. Our first one is Friday night time in the US, afternoon in the in Europe. Thursday nighttime in the US, Friday morning in Europe. I'm trying here. Friday afternoon in Australia. There you go. And I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're welcome, William. William's thanking you for doing this. It's nice to see other people doing this stuff live. It's always so polished on YouTube videos. It's easy to think everything goes perfect. We were getting that feedback all week, man. Oh yeah, it's so yeah.
Okay, this is
agent number 1.
I'm trying to think of a witty name for like a prevent no-show agent, but
prevent no-show agent. Let's start with that. We'll come up with a better name.
No no-shows.
No no-shows.
Okay.
Cool. We'll go with blank.
Okay, we're going blank.
Yeah. Because we have our own prompt structure that you use.
Right. This is, I'm gonna hide this.
Yeah, you can hide.
Okay.
Great.
Wonderful. So I want to go to the prompt.
Yeah.
And
I just want to check if you have this. If it works at all. Start.
Oh no, you didn't put the start.
Dictation.
I think I would like to type it.
Oh, you'd like to type it?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Oh, right, it's not turned on. Okay.
So I know I need to give it the role and the context. Your role is to confirm scheduled appointments and reschedule if, maybe I'm just going to start with to confirm scheduled appointments.
Okay, cool.
Because I realized that to reschedule is the whole booking link workaround thing, which we can add, and it would be great.
We keep it simple. Remember?
We're gonna keep it simple.
Yeah.
I know. I get ahead of myself. Okay, to confirm scheduled appointments with, to confirm scheduled appointments.
Yeah.
Great.
So that's actually gonna be the task, and it's so easy to forget the 7 different sections of the prompt structure. That's why we're gonna go to the school community and download the prompt structure. So you always have it.
Right, okay.
Man, plugs on this. No, but
Totally-
it's helpful. It's totally
totally
helpful.
unplanned right now. So
So you should go down.
which
Yeah, there you go.
It was in the
Deep dive.
Deep dive.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the prompt structure.
It
Nope.
was not in the deep dive.
I think it was in the
how to make AI colors. Yeah, there you go.
Best prompt structure.
Heck yeah.
Great. Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
So you can.
Can I just copy this?
Yeah. Command A is another way to do it. Cool.
Okay, we're gonna paste this in here
Great.
and edit it.
Anything that saves you time.
Oh,
that
right,
is well
because
done.
of the markdown. This is the
Markdown. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you are the AI voice receptionist for Amplify Voice.
Mm-hmm. Reminder, guys, this is a solution that we need in our business. So that's what we're building right now.
Your name is the owner of a startup's. Okay, I'm gonna put
Amplify. Oh, I guess, yeah. Alejo, yeah, sure. Paige.
Alejo and Paige are the owners. You are in charge of.
Let's keep that for task. I know I wrote that there. Let's keep let's start with one sentence
for each.
1, 2 per. Yeah.
I know that the more simple and economy of language that we can keep these, the more effective they are.
Yes.
So I'm gonna change the task here.
You have it right there. Yeah.
I know.
Up there.
You are in charge of the economy of language is always a challenge of confirming scheduled appointments with people booked on our calendar. Specifics. Well, specifics are like ensure the person is able to attend the appointment.
Okay, yeah.
I'm thinking maybe they could ensure that people accept the calendar invite or check their email for the calendar invite, because we think that also might be a reason we have no-shows.
Okay,
because it's not showing up on their calendar.
Right. That was great. It's like, hey, can you open your
check or remind the person to check their email to add the event to their calendar. And wait for a response after each question you ask. Yeah.
Cool.
Sure the person be able to attend the appointment. Remind the person to check their email to add the event to their calendar.
Cool.
And I guess remind the person of the date and time of the appointment. Maybe that should go first.
Okay. Context.
You are calling people who have booked calls to Amplify Voice. They are clients, prospects, developers, or other partners working with Amplify Voice. Now we have the steps. So greet the user. Oh, because we have to pull their name from the make. Of course. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll get there.
Greet the user. Remind them of. I'm guessing this is probably a function, but Remind them of their appointment at date. I'm just
Ooh, okay.
putting that in there. I don't know if that's right.
Fire. Okay.
Remind them of their appointment at date and time, and make sure they have added the event to their calendar and have access to the Zoom link. Cool. Okay, example conversation with Q being questions, R being user response. Q, hi, I'm Amplify Voice's assistant. Is this name? Wait for the user response. Be like, if the user is name, I don't know if I'm making this too complicated.
Keep it simple. If you feel like it's getting too complicated, then you know the answer.
Okay.
Cool. Objective. Is this, yeah?
Name.
And then objective.
Great. I'm just calling to remind you of your upcoming appointment with Amplify Voice on date at time. To remind you to confirm. Let's change that. To confirm that you'll be joining Paige, Alejo, and Paige at your upcoming appointment with Amplify Voice on date at time. Wait for their user response. Answer any questions.
Remember to close the bracket.
Right.
Awesome.
Keep your sentence. So notes. Keep your sentences short, appropriate for a phone conversation. Be friendly.
Keep it simple. Be friendly. Great. We'll get the chance to add a ton of stuff on top. You have your first sentence. So we go to first message. You
Right,
have your
I
first
have
message.
this.
Yeah, you can copy paste that.
Do I need to have the
apostrophes?
Yeah.
I would
For,
highly
like,
recommend that you do, but for the first message, no.
Okay, so is this the markdown though, with using like single apostrophes versus double apostrophes for actual quotes?
That is, yes, that is related to markdown.
Okay.
The reason why we use single quotes is a different one. It's for dynamic assistance and for JSON purposes. So we don't need to dig into that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but we will actually.
So
cool. So settings.
Now we get to toggle all these things.
Fun. You've seen it 1,000 times. Which provider do you want to use?
I think I want to go with Mini.
Sure, let's do it.
Or Claude. We could.
Oh, okay.
Claude has been, but it doesn't give me Claude
so
here.
You go to provider.
Oh, right. Duh. And it would be Anthropic. Okay. Claude 3.5 Sonnet.
Cool.
Is that gonna be expensive?
No.
Okay.
You can actually see if you go up.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the blue one.
This is the cost.
That's the latency. And then to the left, you see cost.
Okay.
Right there.
Cool.
So it's 1 cent per minute.
So we don't need a knowledge base. Temperature.
We don't want temperature to be too high because the task is very simple.
Right.
We don't want it to run off script. We're not giving it a knowledge base, so it won't
like
really be able to. I think a 3 is fine, even a 2, but let's keep it at a default 3. Yeah, 2, great. Max tokens, you want to keep them at 250, that's fine.
And then
let's publish just so there's no tragedies as I've seen in the past. as I've experienced in the past. Let's go to transcriber.
Okay.
Great. Unless you need a different language, I would just go with Nova 2 phone call.
Right. And then
so model Nova 2 phone call.
Got it. Okay.
Great.
So deepgram for the transcription.
Voice.
This is the fun part. What's one we've used that we really like, or should we test a few here?
I think that we should keep it simple because we only have 40 minutes to finish.
Right. We need to do the thing. Well, we could do
speed run.
The names of these are hilarious.
No, like, we've scheduled a lot more time.
We have until 11:30 to, cool. But we also need to get the information from Calendly, so it says their name and it pulls the appointment time. And we ended up spending more time in Make, which
is gonna pay off when you try to put it all together.
Right. Let's do a teacher lady or a Southern Belle.
Let's go with either one. Southern Belle.
I'm already not really liking that decision.
Okay, cool.
We'll leave it at that, and cool. I'm curious to see what it'll sound like. Background sound. I know you. Let's put The Office.
Yeah, we like Office.
And
what else?
I don't know if I should toggle any of these down here.
Background denoising always. Because you will be surprised in production when people are getting calls how much background noise.
No, it's true.
So let's publish.
Okay.
And move on to functions.
So publish is basically like saving it.
Yeah, save it.
So I'd want to make sure to save it.
Yeah. So functions, we scroll down, enable end call function. We're gonna press on.
So that the voice agent can end the call.
That's tricky here because the issue with having it on with such a simple model is that it might just hang up out of nowhere if somebody asks a question, but you haven't, prompted it correctly. You could have goodbye here as an end call phrase, and it would end the call always if it says that. Goodbye is
phrases that if spoken by the bot will end the call.
Goodbye would be a safe one. Cool.
Like, have a great day.
That is the other one that we're going to go into advanced. So we're going to disable end call function for now.
Okay.
And then go down. Yeah, we don't need to worry about that. And let's go down.
To publish?
Yeah.
Always publish.
Audio recording on, the rest off. Silence, timeout, response delay. We're always testing a sweet spot, but response delay of 0.7 seems to be fine, so the agent doesn't start talking over the user. And LLM request delay of 0.2.
Okay.
Actually, leave it at 0.1. Again, we're testing optimals, but that's fine. Server URL. We are actually not gonna put that one there yet. Server messages, we are gonna change those. That's going to be, the server is Make. That's going to be VAPI connecting with Make.
Right.
So let's click on that dropdown. On the other dropdown. Client messages, we ignore. You can.
Oh, you're talking about server messages?
Yeah, unless you know what it is, you can just ignore them because they're not going to do anything. So we're going to remove anything that says update, we want to have off.
Okay.
And actually go in depth through each of these settings in our one of our latest videos. What do you actually want to use? End of call report would like, there's no functions.
What does hang mean?
Hang is, I believe, I'm actually not sure. I think it's when the agent's not speaking. It might be when the user hangs up. So I'm not sure. We can turn it off for now.
So I just have end of call report on then.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Voicemail message.
Let's have.
Yeah, we need that.
Yeah, just a simple one. Just calling you to confirm tomorrow's meeting at date.
Just calling you to confirm tomorrow's meeting with Amplify Voice at time. Okay. Goodbye, idle messages. I don't know that we're going to need idle messages.
I don't think so.
Okay.
So let's publish and let's call it.
Cool.
Or kind of the other way around. Yeah, try calling it there.
Will they be able to hear audio?
Let's fix that. So sharing and then reshare. Cool. You have to be in Chrome tab and you just choose VAPI.
Which one is it? The dashboard? Also share tab. Oh, that's
Cool.
the wrong one.
Well, yeah, you can just go to, yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right, let's see.
Let's call it.
My volume has been off.
Allow. Moment of truth, and now we're in. Yeah, let's try one more time.
What does that mean? The room was deleted.
The room is the session, the call.
Oh, okay.
Hi, I'm Amplify Voices assistant. Is this name?
Yeah, this is name.
Great to speak with you, name. I'm calling.
Oh.
I apologize for the confusion. Let me start over. I'm calling to confirm your upcoming appointment with Amplify Voice.do. You have a scheduled meeting with Alejo and Paige.
Yeah, I do have a meeting with them tomorrow.
Excellent. Thank you for confirming. Could you please remind me of the date and time of your appointment? I want to make sure we have the correct information.
I think you're supposed to remind me of the date and time.
I apologize for the confusion. You're absolutely right. I should have that information. Let me check.
Okay, let's
Okay, we're
yeah,
done.
we got it.
She's a little incomplete. Thank you.
A little incomplete. Hey.
Oops, I accidentally pressed it again.
That was how you feel about the voice. Cartesia's definitely development.
I don't like the voice.
Hi, I'm Amplify.
The latency, is this high? I think I've heard you say you want latency under like 1,000.
Definitely under 1,000. That felt like
That
higher than 1,000.
felt really slow. I'm gonna go to 11 labs.
Reliable, which is higher latency.
Crazy though.
But usually feels lower latency. One we've used is Dakota. Then there's the macho, the Australian macho.
Oh my god.
Or Tony from New York.
Or Tony from New York. Where's Tony?
You can search it. Tony
2?
No, King of New York.
Is that really his name? Oh my gosh. Okay, so
oh, sorry. Yeah, no, okay, this is new. We gotta choose model.
Okay.
And we're gonna go with V2. V2.5 is out of beta, which is nice, but it's untested, so we're not about to go test it now.
Okay, so we've changed the voice.
I
think now we go back and.
So you'll see how price went up.
Yeah.
And latency went up.
For 11 labs.
And let's call it again because you changed one thing, which is the voice. Let's see how the experience changes, not just cost and latency.
Hi, I'm Amplify Voices assistant. Is this?
Name is supposed to be name. What's his name?
Yeah. Hello?
Hello? Is this name? I'm calling from Amplify Voice.
Hey, man, why are you screaming?
I apologize for any confusion. I'm not screaming, just speaking clearly. This is Amplify Voice's AI assistant calling. I'm reaching out about...
Slower and at a much lower volume.
I apologize for that. Let me adjust my tone and speed. Speaking more slowly and softly. Hello, this is Amplify Voice's AI assistant. I'm calling to
Sometimes that works.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So I wouldn't actually use that voice. I'm just gonna change it to
Dakota?
Dakota.
Yeah,
There we
let's
go.
just go class.
We go with what works.
Dakota H. Okay, cool.
And
Publish.
publish. Yeah, so
There's two things that we have to do now.
we have to extract the name and data from the appointment.
Yeah, actually, yeah. How do we do that?
It's possible.
It's definitely possible. We're gonna need a few things. We're gonna need a phone number. But before we even get to the phone number, we're gonna need to connect Make and VAPI.
Right.
How you do that is you get
I gotta go back here.
Wait a second. So while we are not sharing a screen, can you add your credit card details? So
okay.
Because you're gonna need it to buy a phone number.
Right, okay.
Cool.
Oh, black screen. Okay.
Jason,
that was just for a minute.
Was it just for a minute or like the whole time?
Okay, I'm buying a phone number right now.
Right. So you had card details. I'm trying to like get back on this Wi-Fi because your phone's not working.
Okay.
Cool. So no, just add like here. I got you. Reminder that if you have questions, now is definitely the time. Or maybe you have some scenarios that you're working on. You want to share or you want to ask some questions around. Tuki, and we should be good.
Yeah, I feel like another version of this similar in use case is like outbound triggered by an event, which would be the speed to lead on the Calendly list. Weird.
I'm gonna check on that.
Oh, okay. In the make automation, you mean?
Yeah, strange. Listing is only trying to follow along, and I'm stuck on the Calendly list. Okay. It's only listing on event. What do you mean, William?
Only listing
Thank
one
you for
event.
following along. That's great. I'm happy to kind of help you on this side while she was building on that side. So now it's showing fine. So buy a number.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Let's number.
Cool. Black screen again.
Area code, really?
No, I don't see. But back up. Okay, cool. So whatever random.
I don't know.
Just whatever random. Just any of those words.
I can pick my number.
Bye. Just the area code.
Oh, I don't even know if that's a real area code.
Let's find out. Invalid local area code. Why did you choose that one?
You were making it. I was feeling intense pressure to pick random numbers. Couldn't buy totally no.
Okay, so 305, like Pitbull. 305.
Okay, if I must.
Tulio is sometimes blah. 503. Just trying every permutation here. First Calendly event. Might that be, William, because you only have one Calendly event?
I don't know.
530.
I can pick random numbers.
Well, it's not. These are area codes I know. There you go.
Hey, okay. Buy number. So I connect my assistant here.
I just get one bundle with my first Calendly event. That might mean that you have only one.
Oh, right.
No, I made two just now. Okay. Go to your module, Calendly module, that Go to your Calendly module within Make, and then go to the bottom and check the max limit. That should be 10, but might say 1. We're actually not gonna, and let me know what you see, William. We're actually not gonna assign the
Inbound?
either.
We're not going to assign either.
About phone, that would be a number you want to call, and you were not going to assign an assistant, because what we're going to do is let Make do that. We're going to use this number through Make, and since we're here, let's just start. Go to the top, and that code, that's the phone number ID.
Okay.
Let's go back to Make, and right here, next to, well, in Tools, actually.
In Tools.
Yeah, we're gonna say phone number ID. Yeah, and now variable value is gonna be that paste of that phone number ID. There you go.
Cool.
Okay.
And
then we're gonna add a new module. Cool.
Is this?
We're gonna. Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna try making that call, and this is gonna be an API call.
Right.
But search VAPI.
Oh. Wow, that's
create an outbound phone call.
Cool.
Yeah, that's relatively new.
So cool.
Yeah. So add
legal leads.
No, I just add. Click on add, and it's gonna add a connection. Click on the word add. So let's go back to VAPI.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna pause here. Let's go to Make. Let's click out of that. Let's click on the module that says VAPI, just on the module that says VAPI, and let's click on the word add. Dope. Now we're gonna
get the API key.
Name it first.
So no shows call.
Cool.
Make to VAPI.
Sure. And I'm just checking on something real quick. Okay, so we're gonna not dox you. So
what does that mean?
It means that you show your private information on the internet.
Right. Okay.
Let's see. So we're gonna let me check on something. I just want to make sure that they can see the Make as well. Or if you're only showing VAPI, I think you're only showing VAPI.
What if I go here?
That's good. Go to VAPI, and on the bottom left, you see your organization.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's click there, and we go to API keys.
Right.
And then we click on that one, which is copy.
Yep.
Okay. And now we go to Make. And before you paste it, paste it now. Save. And now we're gonna reshare screen from YouTube.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, great.
Should be doing a window. We're coming back. Thanks, Jason. Okay. I am pulling up Make now. Here we go.
William, try using the other modules with the iterator. Try doing the full automation, and we'll come back to that beginning part. Yeah. Also, feel free to send me a message on School with a picture of what you're seeing, and I might be able to help you better. This is what build hours are for. So plug number 3, build hours on Friday morning, Europe, nighttime, Thursday nighttime in the US. We're gonna bring your issues, bring your struggles, and we're gonna be helping you live. You're sharing screen, we're guiding you. So there's also that. Great. So assistant ID, we're not gonna select one yet.
Okay.
We're not gonna select an assistant either. The difference between those two, assistant ID is, hey, I built this thing, use this assistant. The assistant is the whole JSON, is all the JSONs that conform the assistant, and you can edit all the details, and that's where we're going to insert the variables of date and name. So we're not going to build that out yet, but we do have the phone number ID at the very bottom.
Right.
So let's fill that information, phone number ID. Great. I'm glad you found it, William. So we click on phone number ID. Yeah, there we go. Cool.
Okay.
And scroll down on that list to see if there's anything else. Yeah, you can click out of there now.
But yeah, so then, okay.
Okay, what's your question?
No, I mean, it's giving the variables, so I'm just wondering when the extraction of the data happens to get their name and their...
Oh, you actually have those.
Right, because like
you go to customer name.
Customer ID, right, would be...
So I believe customer ID is if you have like some saved contact of some sort.
Okay.
But you do have the customer phone number and the customer name.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So customer phone number would be I don't know that it's showing.
Event guests. Oof, but we'd be no, don't click it. We just don't show our customers information. That's why.
Yeah. No, I know.
So what if you create a Calendly event and then you show up first? Maybe that's the way to do it. So our customers don't show up. Or we can stop sharing screen.
Yeah,
let's
stop share for
okay,
a second.
Cool. Let's do that.
We'll
do step by step, but it has our customers' information.
Okay.
Cool.
So I'm
we would go to event guests.
Event guests.
Yeah. One. We have event memberships. We have event type. Let's go to data. Let's go down. Name, start time, calendar event. Because we have this information that we ask of them extra, maybe.
Yeah. International
settings.
Numbers, global dial-in numbers, audio.
Oh, that's from the Zoom. That's from location.
Yeah.
Okay. So our people's information is actually not in here.
It's not showing up.
Maybe. Event guests.
It looks like that would be it.
Yeah, and let's run the automation and let's see what happens. Okay, cool. Let's do that. So share screen. Thank you for being patient. If I was making an inbound caller, would I want to use the VAPI make an API call instead of the custom webhook? Inbound webhook from VAPI to make. So hope that's some guidance.
Okay, so I'm gonna run it.
Yeah. I hope. Yeah. Run one. It's gonna give you an error, which is fine. Click on the error, and let's go to. We have bundle one, which is the phone number ID. If you add request because we didn't have all the information. We didn't have the assistant ID. Let's try putting the assistant ID.
Yeah, why are we holding off on doing that right now?
Because we want to change the variables in the assistant.
Right.
Instead of saying name and date.
Right.
So let's go to VAPI.
Okay.
And yeah, you were, yep.
Okay, so.
Cool. And up top, you have the assistant ID.
So this is the assistant ID.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I go back and put this in make.
Yeah. The assistant ID. There you go.
Okay.
Cool. And now let's try running it one more time. Run once. It's going to fail again and probably with the same error. Let's check the error. So I guess this is a good point to say, like, errors are guides, not a reason why you should like get paralyzed.
So I do love this function of the AI
Uh-huh.
because it says help with error.
Okay.
How do I
Sure.
fix error?
Sure. I mean, right off the bat, we haven't actually filled out all the information.
Well, okay.
Yeah. But other than that, and to get you a more complete answer, Jason, you have to go to your settings, bottom left in the name of your organization. You go to your settings, and it's going to say server URL, not from the assistant, but from the settings of your organization. And that's where you put the webhook. So when somebody calls your phone number, if the phone number doesn't have an assistant assigned, it's going to first check what server URL do we have, which is make. And that's when it sends the webhook over. So it can take the inbound phone call to whatever make does, whatever you set up your automation to do, and then answer the phone with a webhook back. The answer from your make automation is going to be a webhook response back to VAPI with like use this agent or the JSON of the assistant.
Okay, so yeah, let's
that's not going to help.
Let's fill out the form. Like
let's fill out the form. Which phone number do you want to dox? Because we need a phone number, right? We could do the other thing where we set a variable and we just put it in there. At the end of the day, we kind of wanted to call you.
Yeah, I can just call me.
Okay, cool. But don't put your phone number.
Okay.
We're gonna create a variable and put your phone number in there, and that's how you keep your data secure.
Okay, how do I do that?
Well, you know how to create a variable, so let's get out of there, out of VAPI, and out of that module. And we're going to insert a module in the middle there. So right click, yeah, add a module. Cool. And it's going to be tools, set multiple variables. You can put all your sensitive information in there, add item, and you can say page phone number. And now we're going to stop sharing screen on YouTube because data security is extremely important.
Okay, this is annoying. Here we go.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you just put your phone number with a +1.
Got it.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. And now, there we go. So now we can refer to it because it's a variable now.
So now I'm going to put that in here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right there. Cool. And do I need to put the customer ID?
No.
Or the assistant?
You have the assistant ID as one or the other.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So
we want to keep this in like very non-dev, but at some point you do have to, oh, now we run the scenario. But at some point you do have to go into the docs and you might be receiving a call. You
I am receiving a call. Hold on.
Let's put it in.
Wait, speaker.
Hi, I'm Amplify Voice's assistant. Is this?
You don't have a number, a name yet, right? So.
Yeah, this is Paige.
Oh, hello, Paige. I apologize for the confusion. Since I'm an AI assistant, I don't have specific caller information. Thank you for confirming your identity. I'm calling about your upcoming appointment with Amplify Voice. Could you please remind me of the date and time you have scheduled?
That would be actually hilarious as a way to remind people, like, actually, can you remind me?
Yeah, can you? So there's a couple of things here. Let's check on but this is amazing progress. I thought getting to this point was going to take like 30 more minutes. So let's
Okay.
check on the let's go to VAPI and check on the prompt.
Okay. So I'm gonna go model.
Yeah. Greet the user, remind them of their appointment.
So I guess it seems like it's getting confused because it doesn't have that information. So should we try to get the information into the flow first?
I think that's fair. I think that's a fair
before like messing with the prompt.
Assumption that that's why it's getting confused. Yeah, so let's go to make. And important thing, it's even more important on make to save than on VAPI, because VAPI saves a draft, make doesn't save anything. So you do one change and you click save.
So question.
Let's click save. Yep.
As you're seeing, and I'm not clicking save. I know we have this set to call me, but when we put this on for the customer phone number, it would be like that phone number.
That's a great question. See, I'm wondering why it's not showing up. Let me actually check on that specific Calendly event and see how it shows up.
Like, is that something we need to like extract here?
We shouldn't need to extract it. But go to Calendly module.
Okay.
To those like results, click on the one. Click out of there, and then we're gonna go to the results.
Oh, I see.
And try like searching within those. You click plus. There. So you wanted to search within each element.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Event guests. So it says there's no guests. That's strange. I see meetings here, and I see it says it's with you, page good lit.
Huh.
I'm not sure what you...
Did I book a meeting as a test somewhere?
I think it might have been a test. So let's go to the bundle number 2. And guests.
Yeah, it's still empty. It's so weird. Is the data hidden? Would it hide it?
I would try creating a new module, and we'll see what Calendly can give us.
Okay, where am I going to create the new module?
Anywhere right now, we're just checking. If you double click any screen, anyway, yep, there you go. And now we go Calendly, get an event invitee. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
So get an event invitee.
But where do we put it?
Oh, we would actually like put it right there before we, we want to kind of extract the data before we call them. So we can put it there.
Can I move it?
You can unlink it from here. So, yep, yep.
And then move it.
And then move it.
Whoop. Hello.
There you go. And you would want to place it before the VAPI.
Okay.
But that's actually not connected correctly. You want to unlink both.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And now connect Calendly. Yep.
And then go
Perfect.
down. That was a new one.
That's what I do usually. So you might want to grab VAPI, move it left. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So it's connected.
So now connected. So now let's get the Calendly event.
So
Event invitee. Select from the list. Oh no, you want to do invitee. Enter manually. Sorry. And invitee URI, you should have it there.
Right. Okay.
Go to event guest. Membership.
Invitee counter.
Let me check on here too. This is 100% the raw and real of debugging. Let's find out. Maybe it's not that module. Maybe it is. So you've clicked open everything, event membership, Calendly users, event guests. What? Event guests is a list that says there's one guest.
Right, but then it's not returning. I mean, is it this?
So
Is this
strange.
is this the user?
That actually is you.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right. User name, user email. I would say let's simplify. We'll get to that. For now, because you're talking about wanting to change the name and date in the assistant, right?
Yeah, I want the assistant to remind the guest of the time and date of their appointment.
Okay, perfect. Then what we have to do is three things. Get the information from the assistant, essentially get the prompt from the assistant, edit the prompt, and then make the phone call.
Okay.
Because you have the variable inside of the prompt. You first get the prompt.
Okay.
And we're going to do an HTTP call for that.
Okay.
So that's an API call. We're in the thick of it. Let's do that now.
Okay, so
yeah. So you're gonna double click
VAPI?
and click HTTP. Actually click VAPI and see what options they give you. Watch function, watch end of call, respond, make an API call. Yeah, that works. Connect automatically. We're gonna click on our connections. Yep, there you go. And we're gonna say, right, we're gonna get an assistant.
Okay.
So click on that. Oh, wait, yes.
Path.
I actually know this one. I'm just gonna enter it. Normally, you would just go to the VAPI docs and get this. It's gonna be assistant, and then you want to get a specific assistant, specific assistant's prompt. So you would say the assistant ID. Have we not said the assistant ID?
We put it in the other VAPI module, I thought.
Phone number ID. So we're gonna need an assistant ID that we're gonna tuki add a module, and we can tools.
Okay.
Set variable. Call it assistant ID. Cool. And variable value is gonna be oh yeah, we put it directly in the VAPI call. That's right. That's what we did.
Yeah.
So you can get it from there. You can get it from that module.
Okay, so delete this one?
Not necessarily. No. Yep. And now we're gonna cut it from there and paste it in the variable. Yep.
Cut it in here?
Yeah. There you go. So now that variable handy.
Right.
And let's go to that API call from VAPI.
So we're gonna get.
And here you put the ID now.
Okay.
And the ID is gonna be the ID of the assistant. Okay. So the reason it's not showing up is because it's not in the right route.
Right. It's not connected.
So now we'll connect it.
Okay.
So we link it and then we link it.
Go here.
It would go, yeah, ideally after you set all the variables. Cool. Yep.
And how do I link these ones?
You would grab the one on the right and move it left. There you go.
Okay. Okay.
Dope.
Now
Okay.
these are connected, and so then
So yeah, you go to that module where you're trying to get the JSON from the assistant.
Here.
Assistant ID, that's right.
Yeah. Oop. And then get.
We're going to get content application JSON. That's all normal. That's why we use this V module. And then let's click OK and try running it. And how you run a single module is right-click the module and it's run this module only. Don't worry about it. Let's do run once.
Oop.
Yeah, actually, let's see what that. Oh, that's so strange. Click. Yeah, anything. Honestly, it's just gonna fail, and that's fine.
See.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So let's see it. It's gonna get an assistant.
Not found. Service is temporarily unavailable.
Fun.
Make.
Oh, sorry, go to the arrow one more time.
It says service not available.
Yeah, let's run once. Let's try running one more time.
Okay.
Strange.
So it's like incest.
Excuse me. Oh, this is right. It has the okay, so it's not working. Service is temporarily unavailable. But I guess you have the wonderful opportunity to do an API call manually. Huh. Lucky you. We're gonna add a module. This is called HTTP. Yeah, you got it.
So we're gonna.
You found something that you like? Restaurants.
No.
Show more. And go down. Make a request.
Make a request. Okay.
Okay. So the URL is the one we were using below in the VAPI module. So you can click out of there. Yep. Sure, connect automatically. We're gonna delete it.
This URL?
Yep.
But with the assistant ID?
Correct. And then slash.
And then
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Heck yeah. I'm gonna add 2 headers.
So add another header.
One is authorization with a capital A.
Like that.
And that's going to be your API key. Yeah, name, authorization, value. So we go to the next field, value. Yep. And we're going to write the word bearer, which is a type of authorization, space, API key. And actually write the API key in
So I would copy that from...
We would copy that from the connection to VAPI that we make that we made earlier to make these other modules work. So we would actually copy it from here, but it won't let us because we inserted it manually. So we actually need to go back here to set multiple variables and insert our, we just doxed you. So click out of there. We're going to add a new module for tool between those. This is where it gets tricky to try to edit the prompt, but this is where it's valuable too. You can single click on the tool. Yeah. Okay, tool, set multiple variables. We're gonna call it API key.
And then copy the VAPI API key.
Yes. But remember to stop streaming when you do.
Okay.
Cool.
Copying the API key into...
Using a router instead of putting the filter in the Calendly call itself by just adding. That is a really good idea, William. Yeah, so we talked at the beginning, doing it long and expensive, but step by step at first, and then making more efficient. And it is the first time we're using the Calendly module, so that's why. So thank you for the suggestion. We're definitely going to do that. What was your question? Yeah.
Oops,
yeah.
sorry.
Yep. No worries. It happens. We can restart the API key later. So you are not sharing screen.
I am sharing screen, so let me stop.
You are not sharing screen, actually.
I'm not sharing screen.
So let's share screen. Yeah, we're 2 hours in. Cool. We go to make, and we bang this one out, which is bearer. And then these, and then API key.
Right. Okay.
Wonderful. Cool. Then add another header, and it's going to be capital content, which is the first, hyphen type with and then in value, application, all lowercase, slash JSON. Perfect. Don't ask why. That's just how the internet communicates.
Okay. And okay here?
Yeah. Let's
so
run once.
Okay.
Oh, for some reason it's running this, so we can cancel that. Right, because there's something that goes through the other route.
So should I delete this?
Yes. Once, and we end up gonna. Oh no, we actually won the router for now. So we go to the answer of the HD call, and what did it bring back? That's the input, and we want to go to the output. The only thing you care about is where it says data. Perfect. And it's bringing back the assistant and all the data about the assistant.
Prompt.
Here you can change absolutely everything.
Okay, so that's where I substitute the date and time.
Exactly. This is how I fixed that issue with the DeepGram Spanish translation. We needed a model from DeepGram that VAPI hadn't integrated yet, so we just changed the text here to say, hey, this is the model that we want. So while you order some food so we don't starve to death, full light
so then
vibes, I'm gonna do a little module and then walk you through it.
Okay.
to place the text within this JSON, because now we have the text to this call. This is technically JSON, but we can also just be text. We can replace the text inside. So we're gonna add a new module, and it's gonna be a transform. We call it flow control. Nope. We call it tool, and we call it. Wait, I have this. Let's compose a string. It's okay. It's gonna be set variable. Wait, let me check on this because I know I've done this before. We've got okay, cool. So we're gonna edit it here. It's gonna be the variable value. We're gonna call this new assistant with date.
With date.
Yeah. And then the variable value is gonna be this very, very nifty function called replace. So it's gonna be curly bracket, replace, and then close. So we're actually replace and then open parenthesis.
I don't know. What do you mean?
It's an open parenthesis. So boop. And that's going to activate a function.
Okay, cool.
What is the data that we want to change? Well, that's the data that we just got, the assistant JSON.
So replace.
We're going to click on data.
Data.
Yeah, and then very important, because it's so easy to miss, semicolon.
Semicolon.
And then the thing that we want to replace, which is angle bracket.
The date.
Date, yeah.
And also name.
And we'll do one by one.
So we do another one.
We'll do one by one, yeah. Then semicolon. And then the date that you want to replace it for.
Right.
And now we have from the calendar. I get so excited.
And now we put here. So we
start time.
Start time. Okay.
Cool. Ooh, we're almost there. Okay.
So close.
Great.
So and then I close this.
Close. We close parentheses. This is not a variable. This is a function, so we don't need the double curly bracket.
Okay.
We're gonna remove those first two curly brackets. We're gonna click OK.
And then we duplicate it.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes. Simplify. So double click. Click that. Yeah.
And then this.
You want to connect it first.
Right. Okay.
So it has data to work with.
Boop.
Great. Perfect.
Okay. So now this is going to be a new assistant with name.
Yeah.
Which.
And now you're going to grab what were we going to say?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So you're going to grab data. And it's not going to be data anymore because that's an old variable. It's new assistant with date.
Okay, it's this one.
Yeah. You would not do it like this in a proper solution.
That's crazy.
You would do an iteration of all the variables that you want. You would mark, hey, I want to change this variable, this variable, this variable.
Yeah.
For this, this, and this. And then we would have a loop like we had at the beginning, the iterator.
Yeah.
And that's how we would change variables.
We just never found the best name.
Yeah, we haven't. There's a word. Right now, we don't really have time to get into it.
Right.
But just write your name. It's going to be Paige.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
And just like we're using, what do you call it? We're not using the actual Calendly event numbers because we don't want to call our customers right now.
Right. So we'll fix that.
Yeah, so then for our solution, you would fix that.
Wait.
You're getting a call.
I don't think it's from an assistant.
Spam call? Ben?
Hello? Who's this? Hey. Sorry.
I wouldn't put that in.
Is this Ben? Hi, sorry, it's calling back on my Skype, so the number doesn't show up, or the name doesn't show up. How you doing? Good. We're actually, I'm actually in the middle of a live stream right now, building a voice agent, but I can pass you to Alejo while we finish up. Yeah.
Hey man, that's funny. Hey man, how you doing, brother?
I'm just plugging my computer before I die. Okay. Now my computer is not gonna die. Yeah, we can we'd be happy to share the template in school, William.
Yeah, so I actually sent you the scoping document. I put up, so I sent that Monday morning, just so you can find it. Look over it.
I am checking to see what errors this came through. Function replace with error is not string or number. I'm gonna ask this how to help me fix this. How do I fix this error? With the replace function in the set variable module with ID 14. Huh. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, let's see if it will help me. Sometimes it actually just fixes it for me. Okay, what is it telling me right now?
I think this is really smart.
The value being passed to the replace function is a string. Convert the datetime to a string. Use a function to convert the datetime value to a string format before using the replace function. Modify the mapping in the set variable module with ID 14 to include the conversion. You can use the format date function to convert the datetime value to a string. Here's an example of how to do the mapping. Okay, it will update the mapping for me. We'll just see.
So I'll send you those
Okay, let's see what it does. This is crazy.
Let's see. I wanted to also understand your. I wanted to understand your timeline.
Okay, so maybe it will run, but then Alejo's on the phone, so I don't know if I'll call him. Let's just see. Okay, we're still getting the error in Calendly. Yeah, it's strange that it's not showing these variables. Oops. Well, let's see what the AI has to say. Format the date. Can you look at your find replaced? Oh. We're actually located in Bali right now. Where are you located, William?
Sounds good, man.
Is a bundle validation error. This error occurs when the input bundle is missing required data or has incorrect data types.
I'll send you that email.
Ensure the data being passed so they get an invitee module is complete and correctly formatted. Okay, yeah, we were having issues with this. The get an event invitee module to ensure. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely something not coming through this.
Oh, you're not. You're not. This is my initiative. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to fill this out to oh, it's interesting.
Oh, we're on the same page with that.
It pulls a
This comes from heart of asking the who do I want to work with. So I'm glad we're on the same page. I'll talk to you soon, brother. Take care.
maybe it's a get function.
Yo.
Cool,
That went great.
Oh, you're in Austin. Austin's awesome.
Man, we everybody's in Austin.
Yeah.
We might have to make our way there.
Yeah.
Where are you? How's it going?
He said he's in Austin. William's in Austin.
No, where are you at?
Oh, so I had to use the William saw this error too. In this tool thingy, I had to reformat it.
Okay.
But the AI did it for me.
Nice.
So the error I'm getting is in the Calendly module.
Okay.
And I think it's because this module is incomplete. Like we're not getting, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but let's look. I asked the AI what the error was.
Right, because we're not getting any invite.
We're not getting, it's a bundle. This is ID, okay, module ID 9.
Okay, so let's go to that Calendly, that second Calendly.
This one?
The second one.
The second one.
You can click out of that AI thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so that data is just not right.
It's definitely
it's
wrong.
It's just not a URI.
But
can you, excuse me.
Yeah.
So let me just try to find this here. API Calendly event type. URI. There you go.
Oh.
Bam. There you go.
Yo. Okay.
It's a lot of data. And again, we're 2 hours in. So
yeah, we've got 10 minutes left to see where we can go. We're getting a call. Let's see.
Oh, you're getting a call?
Okay. Oh, I
ended it.
Ended it. No,
cool.
I didn't.
No worries.
I didn't. Hi, can you repeat that?
Of course, I'm the AI assistant for Amplify Voice. I'm calling about a scheduled appointment. Who am I speaking with?
Sounds so good.
This is Paige.
Hi, Paige. I'm calling to confirm your upcoming appointment with Alejo and Paige from Amplify Voice. However, since you're Paige, one of the owners, I apologize for
Oh, it caught it, dude.
That was so good.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, I appreciate the reminder. I have a lot of calls and sometimes I forget.
Oh,
but what
funny.
if I'm gonna turn it off now. But what if someone does book with us named Paige?
It usually should not. It's funny that it inferred that you were. So let's go to VAPI because I don't know that we've like properly finished this.
Okay.
Let's see what comes out of this. Right? We want to check output, event type, priority calendar, active, scheduled events, invitees counter, see guests. See, it shows up as like empty, but that's just strange. It's shouldn't be empty.
Like, do we need to?
Us.
Because technically,
so
there's definitely a mapping thing because there are like when there are multiple events that are happening, it would want to call the number associated to each of those different events. I know right now we have my number in there.
Oh, so wait a second. Location, data, and doesn't our thing like...
Okay, those...
International numbers, URL, join URL, status pushed. Didn't our event link in Google Calendar? Maybe we should have done it from Google Calendar. Maybe you're right. She doesn't say anything. That's great, man. I think that we call it done for now.
Yeah.
Because we're like 2 hours in.
I know we've got to.
And tomorrow you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be like, oh, I could have done it that way. Oh, I could have done it that way. And I think that following through to the end.
Yeah.
Is so important for then, sure, realizing your mistakes, but actually building a complete solution. So this is the 80% that we keep talking about.
Yeah.
This is the other 20% will take 4 times the time. And that's why these solutions feel simple, but can take so long to actually build.
Yeah, they get complex.
Walk us through some reflections, some thoughts. But it's finished. Congratulations. Woo! First VAPI voice agent. Walk us through some reflections. How did you feel building?
No, I felt good. I definitely had the realization of like how deep this goes, complex, because I think I've used Make. Thanks, William. I think I've used Make like once or twice before, so I'm getting into it. Yeah, realizing there's definitely more ways than one to do something and figuring out the best way for each use case. Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny to like build a voice, like this was like a live voice agent build, right? And it felt like 70% of the time was on Make. So that was maybe like a paradigm shift of I know I wanted to make it, like I could have gone in and just made an inbound agent, and maybe that would have been less make, but maybe not, because I wanted to call on a trigger, and I know we are gonna like set this up actually and get it ready to go. This is V1.
See, but you're bringing up an interesting point, which is like what I always tell clients, which is the integrations is what is going to take the longest time. Like this guy calling asks us about, hey, so the HubSpot integration is good. The HubSpot integration is going to be fine. It's just going to take a long time. Well, but isn't it like 3 API calls? Yeah, 3 API calls that you have to put in the right system. You have to make sure all the right data, but only the right data goes in. All the right data, but only the right data comes out. That's where it starts getting really tricky and very time consuming.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
So it's fun though. It's definitely fun. It gets my brain going, and I'm excited.
And putting a deadline on it.
I actually enjoyed having this like dedicated.
Yeah.
I know we had a few people in and out, and like even if we didn't have anyone here, having the like, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna build this kind of felt like, okay,
and we have to finish it.
And we have to finish it. So that was cool.
Yeah. Thank you for not underestimating how long it was gonna take, and actually like setting a 2.5 hour chunk for this.
Yeah.
Because we're about to jump into a client call right now.
Yeah.
So we only had this time. What else? What would you have done? What would you do differently if you had to start from like minute 1 of today?
Well, it's funny because if I had started, I would have started in VAPI.
Okay.
So now I think it's I learned a lot in the design and understanding why that's important to understand at least the skeleton of like what I'm gonna need and mapping it out, because I can see how the branches can get very confusing. And yeah. Thanks, Mayor. What's your question?
Yeah, we have like 2 minutes, but happy to answer.
And also glad that it's therapeutic for you, William.
I know. It can be so like self-easing with like, hey, I'm not the only one struggling with this, and you're not. So that's a good word to define what we also how to give to people during build hours, Fridays and Tuesdays. So check the school community for that, which is like, hey, let's walk through this struggle together.
Yeah.
So
and we'll do those on Zoom so that it's interactive in the sense of asking questions. Feel free to drop your quick question in there, Mayor, if you still have one. But yeah, intimate build and the therapy of like, I'm not the only one banging my head up against the wall.
Synthflow versus VAPI. I think it's a very fair question.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. Let's talk more deeply about it during build hours on Friday. I'll give you the quick answer. It depends on what is it that you really need. Do you need like a lot of flexibility with how it is that you're building what you're building and how you're integrating it? Then it'd be like, okay, VAPI. But it does increase the complexity a little bit. If you're going for like a very quick build where you're just inserting the prompt or editing one of their templates, and you want very easy, like extremely easy SMS integrations, then I would go with Synthflow, right?
You're also gonna pay for it, but Synthflow
the cost is much higher.
Synthflow is set up to make it very easy to white label as well. So the entry, like an agency plan, I think starts at $450.
450, yeah.
450, which is pretty high.
No, agency plan to white label is $1,400.
What was the 450 plan?
450 is you get access.
It's basically like free and then 450. I think
it's $29 a month.
I have it all wrong.
450, 900, and 1,400. So do look at the price plans based on what you want. If you're starting out and you like have a lot of questions, the pro version is 450.
450, okay.
If you have a lot of questions, then let me put it this way. If you're gonna need a lot of help building, VAPI has an incredible developer community. If you're like, hey, I want to like white label, I want to keep it simple. Maybe you're a first-time builder, but you want to develop. But you want a white label. Synthflow has a plan for that. So let's talk about the nuances in your specific case, because 2 sentences doesn't cut it to understand like what you need. Let's talk about it on Friday. So check the school community announcement tomorrow. We'll announce the hours tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure, man.
Yeah, thank you all. And we'll also put the make template in the school community as well, so that you can take a look at that. William asked for it. So happy to share. And yeah, I love you guys too. We'll see you.
Oh, William gave you the idea of formatting the date.
Yeah. Well, he was watching along as I was figuing it out, and I used the AI, so I made it easy for myself. But he had my back. See you all.